So I'm pretty much always excited to go to the gun range. There's never a day where I don't think, you know, today's a good day to go to the range. But today is especially special because of what's in this box. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. For a long time, every time I went on their website, it was out of stock until about a week ago. No, I'm playing. And I finally have one in my possession. The Flux Defense Raider X P320. That's what we have here. I got the actual P320 in Coyote. I only have 2 upgrades on it at the moment, which is the left-handed brace that the Flux Defense team was so kind to send over to me, as well as a red dot. I went with the Hollison HS510C, which is pretty standard for all my basic pistol configurations. So I have the 510C on a couple different AR-15s. I also use one for my Smith & Wesson M&P FPC. And now I have brought the Raider X P320 into the fold. We're headed to the range. We're headed to my favorite outdoor range. And I know this is going to be a talking piece for a lot of the range masters and even some of my neighbors, because you don't ever really see this type of firearm out. By most standards, this would be considered a PDW, which is short for personal defense weapon. And it's kind of the middle ground in between a pistol and like a long gun configuration. So you get more capacity than a standard pistol, and you get the range and the accuracy and the capacity of a much larger platform like, you know, an AR-15. And you get all that in a relatively small package. Like, I don't know if you saw that box in my hand. I would imagine you did. That whole box fits the PDW, with exception to the magazine. So if I only had the standard 17 round magazines that you usually run with the P320, the whole setup would fit in the box. I could literally just take it out and pow, pow, pow. I have chosen a different route. So I have the 17 round magazines, I have the 21 round magazines, and what is on the way is a 50 round drum and a couple 30 round magazines. So that means at any given point, I could start out with 80 rounds on board. Now, what would I ever need that for? I don't know. But I'd rather have way too much than way too little if I ever found myself in a situation where I needed that many. And if I really wanted to get crazy, I could have bought 2 50 round drums and had a whopping 100 round capacity on that little chassis, which is absolutely insane. The way this thing works is Flux Defense has come up with this chassis design. This is, I think, the second iteration. They first came out with this years ago, and they recently updated it. And with the P320 being so modular, you literally just take your standard P320. I have the M17. You strip it down, you remove the FCU, which is the fire control unit, and you just drop it in. You also put the slide on, and you have pretty much a whole new gun. Now, this is not the first of its kind. This is not a revolutionary platform design that they invented, but it is pretty freaking slick. And I'm just really excited to be able to take it to the range for the first time. But you know how we do. We got to stop and get some Starbucks.
Hello.
Good morning.
47 today.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll have it up for you.
Thank you so much. So this firearm is most likely going to replace my Smith & Wesson FPC folding pistol carbine as my truck gun, because it's much smaller. It's still really cool. The FPC is really cool, but this Raider X is much smaller, and I can fit like twice as many rounds on it. If I wanted to go crazy with the 2 50 round drums, I only got one, but saying this in real time and hearing myself say that, I think I'm gonna go back and order a second drum just to be ridiculous. Thank you, you too. Just arrived at the range, gotta get my ear pro on. We're obviously going with the shell shocks so I can jam out to my favorite music while I'm getting rounds down range. Because why wouldn't I? far the fastest I've gone through, what is that, 60,000 ammo? This is phenomenal. This is not bad for my first, what is that, about 100 rounds through this. Got a nice center of mass, headshots left and right. This thing is super fun. Okay, first impressions of the P320 Raider X. This is probably one of my favorite guns I've ever shot. This is the first time I got it out to the range. I have already in one bout of shooting gone through over 100 rounds, which is really easy to do because you're using the 21 round magazines that come standard with the P320. And the way that you can just shoot and the amount of fun that you have while you're shooting, it just allows for you to go through a lot of rounds in a very short amount of time. And just the tactile feel of the gun, it just makes you feel like a soldier. It makes you feel cool. It makes you feel like combat ready. It's extremely accurate. I forgot my red dot. I was so excited to get that zeroed in, but I'll just do that with a laser at the house later. But man, this is a fun gun to shoot. It's already been a conversation piece. Several people have come up to me asking me about the firearms. They've never seen it before. Even without a compensator at the end of the barrel, I feel it shoots pretty flat. You have multiple points of contact, so the muzzle rise is very manageable. The recoil is very manageable. And it's just a really, really fun gun to shoot. I thought, up until now, the M&P FPC was a really fun gun to shoot and probably one of my favorites. Then came the Echelon 4.0C, but now this has quickly risen up the ranks, and I'm a fan of the Raider X. The gun is not ambidextrous, unfortunately. You do have slide releases on both, and that's just the function of the P320. So hopefully they'll make a version of this that is fully ambidextrous or just like a left-handed version. But so far, I'm really excited, really having a lot of fun, and I can't wait to keep shooting. One bad thing is I don't think I've put ammo. I'm through so much already. So note to self, bring probably double the ammo that I normally would whenever I have this as one of my range day firearms. All right, another takeaway about shooting this firearm is that a charging handle is completely necessary. I have snagged my finger a few times just because I have the process of re-racking the slide, reaching around here. You definitely need something because the chassis kind of gets in the way and you don't have a full grip on the slide. I feel like you need to have a charging handle. They make a ripstick that you can put on the side and kind of rack it this way. And then you also have one that you can put on the top so you can just pop it, and it's technically would be ambidextrous. No matter what you're shooting, you can pop it from the top, pop it from the right or the left. And then with the ripstick, it's one or the other. So you can rack it here. But either way, I will be getting one. It's not like a deal breaker, but I do feel like it would make the operation of the firearm much more enjoyable. You know, and then the slide gets hot. You're running 3 rounds through the gun. You have to touch this and pull, like, and get a full grip on it. It's not ideal. Like, my hand is hot. I've snagged my finger sometimes. But by and large, this is a super fun chassis for the P320. This is the M17 version, full size, and it works in a few different configurations up to 20. So it's gonna keep shooting and having a good time. So mag dumps on this are are amazing. Not really going for accuracy, just wanted to see how fast I could unload one of these magazines. And just the reload, super fun. Just how you can drop both mags at the same time with this little button here. I'll demonstrate in real time. See how it's here? Drop that one, drop that one. Super simple, super fun. This is really cool. That is Flux Defense. You really did something nice with this. Raider X P320. Do you see this face? This is the face of a person who just had one of the dopest shooting experiences ever. Now, I've shot the fancy stuff, staccatos and all that. You know, I got the Benelli M4 and like all the cool stuff. But like this Raider, I just went through 500 rounds of ammo in less than like an hour and a half. Just loading up magazines, mag dumps, doing the reloads. I'm all giddy. I'm so giddy because that was so fun. Flux Defense, you guys have made something amazing. And maybe I'm just super happy and giddy because I've never shot something like that. I don't even know what to say. Like that was so fun. From like just the physical or tactile nature of how you operate the firearm, from the dual mag release, doing the reloads in real time, and then to just shoot the firearm, even without a comp on the end of the barrel, it still shoots relatively flat. You don't get a whole lot of recoil. Whatever you are experiencing is more than manageable because you have multiple points of contact, and you have a lot more control than if I was just shooting the P320 as the P320 is. And I'm just so giddy right now because I had so much fun at the range today. So much so that I'm going to come back tomorrow because I forgot my red dot, my Hollyson HS510C. I was supposed to zero that in. I'll probably just do that at the house with a laser, which is more economical, but do it anyway. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. That was so much fun. I have not had that much fun at the range in a really long time. On top of the fact that I just found out that there is a reactive range on the property. Like literally a little further down, there's like a main section where you got a bunch of bays. Then there's a whole like reserved side for when there's overflow. And then just to the right of that is a reactive range where you have private bays, you can shoot steel. So I'll be coming back out again because I have a bunch of steel targets that I got from Shoot Steel that I've been waiting to test out because I haven't had a place to go bring them that was like within reason to go travel to. So to find out that I can bring those here and do the whole tactical thing and like, oh, I'm so excited. This is such a good day. Anyway, I'm gonna calm down and get to planning what my next shoot is going to be, where it's going to be, what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be showcasing, because I have a ton of products that I need to bring to you guys. Products that I've been using for a while, products that I'll be unboxing and using for the first time. So go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed seeing me enjoy this as much as I did. Hit the subscribe button so that you can see all the upcoming range days and just content that I have rolling out on the channel. I hope that you have a good of the day as I just had the last 2 hours. I'm gonna ride this way for the rest of the day because it was that much fun. Oh my God.